Hi and welcome to applications.students. In this video, we will show you the Java coding for the create new supplier and search supplier details. Okay, let's begin. This is the SDK supplier new.jsp page. So as you can see, the user can enter supplier code, supplier name, supplier address, and telephone numbers, fax numbers, email address, and other details like contact person name and his telephone number and his address, like that. This is the HTML coding for SDK supplier new.jsp page. So you can see the HTML code for each data input such as supplier code, supplier name, supplier address, etc. Next we will see how to get these data inputs into the JSP use bean object. So in this example, the use bean object name is supplier page data 0, but you can give any name as you wish. Furthermore, we have defined the use bean scope as page. In the next slide, we will talk little bit more about JSP use bean objects. A Java bean is a specially constructed Java class written in the Java and coded according to the Java Beans API specifications. Following are the unique characteristics that distinguish a Java Bean from other Java classes. It provides a default no-argument constructor. It should be serializable and implement the serializable interface. It may have a number of properties which can be read or written. It may have a number of getter and setter methods for the properties. This is the supplier data class. As you can see, the supplier data class has extended the customer class. Now let's see a little bit about customer class. This is the customer class, and you can see there are many attributes like ID, name, address, email, fax, credit limit, and so on. Also, you can see the getters and setters for the same attributes. Next, we will see how the input data flows from the JSP page into the database table. This is the method to insert supplier data into the MySQL database table. You can see that we are using JSP use bean object called supplier page data 0 object to retrieve data from the JSP page. Next, we will see how the insert method works in the Java class. Using this screen, we can get the supplier list either by using their name, or when we click on the search button, it will display all the suppliers. Next, we will see how this works in the Java code. To get the supplier list, we use a method called search supplier. We pass the string parameter as supplier name, and it uses the SQL-like operator in the SQL statement. And then by using setters, the SQL result set data assigned into the supplier data object. And then this supplier data object is added to the vlist vector. Next, we will see how to retrieve data from this vector in the JSP page. We use search supplier method to get the supplier data into the JSP page. We use the supplier name to search the supplier from the database table. And finally, this method returns a vector called vlist. So let's see how to retrieve supplier data from this vlist vector. We use a for loop to retrieve data from the vector. We convert the vlist vector element into supplier data object. If you can remember, we showed you how to store supplier data in a vector in our previous slide. In that we used setters. Now here we are retrieving those stored data back to the JSP page. So here we are using getters. SD means the supplier data objects instance. So by using this instance and its getters, we can display supplier data within the JSP page in between HTML tags. So in this demonstration, we observed how the Java code works when creating a new supplier and retrieving supplier data from the MySQL database. Thank you for watching.